Do you guys remember Sienna Mae Gomez? Well, she has come out to talk about the situation involving Jack Wright in a new YouTube video and a few TikToks. This was just ahead of the TikTok ban, and a lot of people are quite shocked by what she had to say about this entire situation. And we're gonna get into everything that she had to say in these new videos. Back in 2020, Sienna Mae and Jack Wright were the it duo on TikTok. Whether they were cuddling, playfully flirting, or collaborating on videos, fans were convinced they were in a relationship. But it turns out it was all fake. Yep, the two later admitted that their online relationship was purely for the cameras. They rode the wave of their online chemistry to fame, landing deals, sponsorships, and even a spot on Netflix's Hype House. But as quickly as their fame rose, it came crashing down when serious allegations came to light. In mid-2021, a bombshell was dropped when Jack's friend Mason Rizzo tweeted a Notes app screenshot accusing Sienna of SA. Jack's brother, James Wright, even retweeted it, signaling that this wasn't just some gossip. At least that's how fans were interpreting it. Shortly after, Sienna denied the allegations in a video, claiming it was all a misunderstanding. But the situation escalated when a clip surfaced showing her allegedly kissing Jack while he appeared sleeping at a party. The video divided the internet, with many supporting Jack and others questioning the context. Months later, Jack himself posted a YouTube video titled "What Sienna Mae Did to Me," where he accused her of repeatedly crossing boundaries, even claiming things like she broke into his house. After Jack's video, Sienna's name trended for all the wrong reasons. She released blog posts and did a BFFs podcast interview with a lawyer and a forensic video expert to try and defend herself. Her team argued that the video that had gone viral lacked context and that the audio and visuals had been manipulated. Despite her efforts, the damage to her reputation was undeniable. She lost millions of followers, was dropped from collaborations, and seemed to disappear from the public eye for months due to her cancellation. Fast forward to now, Sienna is back online. Just before everyone thought TikTok was about to be banned for good, she took to the app to say that she had posted a YouTube video that addressed the entire Jack situation. And honestly, the response to it in the comments, I was very surprised because I saw her post this TikTok before I watched her video and everyone was sending her support, and I was like, whoa, this is certainly a switch up to the energy that was a couple of years ago when she posted her video addressing the situation. So she shared on TikTok, "It's been years of debating whether or not I should post my side of the story. It's up." In the video, she talks about her journey on social media and how she started getting close to Jack and his brother because they had gone to high school together and were the only people that she knew who did social media at the same time that she was starting to blow up. So through that, they got close, and over time, she started to collab with Jack a lot. And they made flirty videos, and at first it was fun, but then she didn't really know what was going on between them, saying that Jack was flirty in the videos and would kiss her at parties and wouldn't like it if other guys hit on her, but he didn't take actions to actually date her. And the whole thing just didn't seem as fun to her anymore.
I was so confused because I'm like, okay, so I'm kind of starting to like him because I'm getting all these signals that like he's into me, aka kissing me on the internet and also like at parties and telling people I'm his girlfriend at parties and basically spending all this time with me in group settings and alone. And then but like he won't claim me or ask me to be his girlfriend. And I was like, okay, this is weird, and I'm being used because ultimately like he knows that using me to film videos gets him more views. And then on top of that, we were getting brand deals together that were like super high paying brand deals that we were both involved in. Like it was a joint partnership. To summarize my emotions at the time, I was being basically kept around because I was useful, and every time we would film videos together, they would get a lot more views. He saw the value that I brought in that sense because for him, it was useful to have me around. And for me, I started to get emotionally invested, and I was like, this isn't fun. Like, I have fun making videos sometimes, but then in our reality, in our personal day-to-day life, like, he's kind of into me, kind of not, only when it's useful for him.
She said she eventually wanted to talk to him about things, and when they were in Hawaii, she said that she was done feeling like this and she was just hurting, and just said that she needed him to tell her what the heck was going on between them.
I told him, I sat him down when we were in Hawaii, and I told him, I'm done feeling like this because number one, this is hurting me every single day. I'm like, I'm into you now at this point, months later, I'm into you because we're acting like a couple, and you can't make up your mind if you want me or not. So you have to decide, like, are we gonna be together and stop faking this shit online, or we can just be friends, but like we're gonna go online and we're gonna make a YouTube video together and we're gonna tell the internet we're just friends. And this has all been a public, like, we were just playing into it. It wasn't real. We're still friends. We love each other, and like no hard feelings, but we're not dating. And basically he told me, I'm not gonna date you because I don't like you like that, but I'm also not going to make that YouTube video with you because I don't think it's good for the brand. And I was like, good for the brand? Like, good for my mental health? Like, I'm struggling here. Like, I need to not be doing this anymore.
She ended up showing a text where she later said to him, for my own mental health, I'm going to make this video clarifying what we are so I can move forward with my life. I want you to be a part of it because you were a part of this journey, but if you don't want to, I understand. I just need to make it either way. And Jack responds and says, I'm sorry, Sienna. I just don't think it's smart for both of us. She said after this, they were not on good terms, and he later texted her to say, hey, I had so much fun with you, whether it was lying to go skydiving or jumping off Waimea. Sorry we got in a fight on the last bit of the trip. I didn't mean what I said. Hope you feel better and have a safe flight home. See you soon. She said she didn't respond to him and ghosted him, but his friends all thought she was about to drop this video about their relationship, exposing him and that they were not a real couple and more. To which she says they decided to get ahead of this by making her look like this bad guy.
I didn't respond to the text, and I basically ghosted him and his brother, anything they sent me, because I was like, I was angry and I was just done. And looking back, I wasn't emotionally mature about that. I definitely should have either went and had a conversation in person with them or texted them back or called them to let them know, like, hey, we're still friends, but I'm gonna take a break from you because like I'm upset. But I think that my silence was kind of eating them away because he knew that I was gonna be making this video, and he basically said that he wasn't gonna do it with me. And I've heard from people that are friends with him and in the friend group that they were like just stressing the entire time, that every day the video didn't come out, that he was thinking I was gonna basically bash him and cancel him. So in return of that stress on their part, they decided to shoot first. They decided to come after me first.
She said this is when Mason Rizzo tweeted that notes app accusing her of doing all these things to Jack. She then says what was going through her mind when she was seeing all of this come out about her, knowing that it just wasn't true.
There's no way to ever describe that kind of pain and anxiety of seeing something like this and being like, this is not gonna be okay. And I immediately drove home. I was at the beach by myself, just trying to get fresh air. And I went and saw my parents and I was like, what do we do? Long story short, I had my lawyers send his lawyers a cease and desist to stop talking about me because all that is fake. Me and my team were trying to figure out how to sue for defamation. And then I heard that this tweet was basically written up by Jack's brother and then posted to their other friend's phone. And there were like 5 people there and they were all like giggling and laughing and being like, oh my God, this is gonna like cancel or this is gonna ruin her life. And like basically just making a joke out of it and not thinking, I don't think anybody really thought like how serious get saying like heavy stuff like that, especially when it's untrue. I had lawyers get involved, sent a cease and desist to them, basically told them to take down their tweet. He took down the tweet, but at that point, people had already screenshotted it. Everybody was talking about it. The T-site pages were talking about it.
She says that she was a teenage girl, and of course there were times where she was not nice to Jack, but to say that she assaulted him would be a lie. She also wanted to address the video that she made when she came back to the internet after her cancellation. It was a interpretive dance video, and everyone at the time took it as insensitive to the situation and really mocked what she had posted. And she says that looking back, it was cringe and not a good idea. She said she ended up moving to Hawaii and eventually the scandal kind of went away. But then months later, after her 18th birthday, she says this is when Jack posted his YouTube video titled What Sienna MAE Did to Me. And she went on to talk about what posting this video did to her mental health and said that he had exaggerated the truth in this video.
I remember watching it and being like, ooh, whoever he's talking about, like, this is rough for her. And then being like, oh, cool, he's talking about me. That was when, you know, I'd come from here and then started to kind of heal and was like probably here, watch that video, straight back down, right to the bottom. He was taking like subtle truths about things. Like he said, I'll give an example of like, he said I broke into his garage, but I didn't break in. All of our friend group had the code to his garage. So, I mean, his house was like the hangout house and we would all just kind of come in and hang out, and like I would bring over groceries or dinner or cookies or things like that. And we would literally all hang out at their house. Like their house was literally like a frat house in the way that people were always just there, and not even like exaggerating. Literally 10 people had the code to his garage. It was stuff like that where he was saying like kind of truths, but exaggerating so much and putting it in such different context to where I looked like a crazy.
It gets dark as she talks about her mental state and thoughts that she had following the situation. And on TikTok, she addressed this whole Jack Wright situation even further as she was talking about the video that had come out about her and Jack at that party where it looked like he was asleep.
Why people bring up the video, the proof, but I think you can manipulate anything to be out of context. So I'm gonna explain the whole video for you. This video was taken 7 months before Jack and I's friendship ended, before they made those allegations, before he put out their tweet, whatever. We were friends for another 7 months afterwards. So the video was filmed on Snapchat by his brother James in November of 2020. Again, 7 months prior to them ever posting anything about me or using that as their proof. We had just gotten back from like a bigger party, and we were at another party with people all around us, and we were both drunk and making out the entire night. He was introducing me as his girlfriend at the party, but this was one of the nights where he decided that he was my boyfriend and we were making out and whatever. So his brother James filmed it on Snapchat, and this is what I mean by the context thing. He filmed it on Snapchat and he sent it to a friend group with the caption, like the bar or whatever, that was like, oh, they're so annoying, like making out again, or whatever, they're so cringy. He sent it as like oh, they're so annoying, they're making out again. Mind you, this was his brother that filmed it. Why would his brother film it? They're both like 6'2", 6'3", like they're big guys, 180 pounds. I'm 5'2" and way less than that. If they wanted to come remove me off of him, he would have. But like, that didn't happen. It wasn't until they needed proof multiple months later that they then had narration over it. They made it out of context, and they basically just made me look like a bad person when the initial feeling or vibe of the video was like, oh my gosh, they're making out again. This video was manipulated to make me look a certain way, and after all these years, I've just realized the people who want to see the truth and want to hear you out will, and the people who just want to hate me, they will. And I can't convince everybody.
And she says she never sued because she simply could not afford to in this situation. And she later even brings up how much money she thinks Jack made by posting his What Sienna MAE Did to Me video.
Here are a few more things about the Jack situation that I did not cover in my last video that I also wanted to point out. So the video entitled What Sienna MAE Did to Me, posted by Jack on his YouTube channel, which is like a 20-minute video of him basically talking about me, talking about how aggressive, crazy of a person I am, talking about just everything that I apparently did to him, which most were lies. I don't think anybody realizes how much money he made off of that video alone. That video has 20 million views on YouTube. Depending on his YouTube revenue, which I genuinely don't know what it ended up being, but knowing what my YouTube revenue is and monetization, he could have made anywhere from $40,000 up to $200,000 on just that singular 20-minute video. And you know most people watched it all the way through too because they wanted to hear what happened.
Sienna also got into the fact that people have now come forward to talk about Jack's character, like Tana Mojo, who says that he's one way online and then totally different offline. And that was a whole big viral situation because she said that he had dressed as Jeffrey Dahmer for Halloween and she was like totally freaked out by it. The whole situation has stirred up a lot of reactions as this was an extremely controversial story back in the day, but that is what Sienna had to say about this whole situation that went down when she was 16, 17, 18. A lot more people have been willing to hear her out now versus back then. I'll say that, but let me know what you guys think about this whole situation, what Sienna had to say, the fact that she's coming out and talking about this right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.